Making it circle was deliberate. Even NASA, that gave us a picture of a globe, NASA has it on record that they don't have a picture of the Earth from the sky. All that you needed to do is to get into a helicopter, you take off, you wait in the air, let the Earth spin, and bring America here and you land. Simple. That's it.
Okay, well, I think we've all heard his point. The thing is, ignorance is a disease which no doctor can cure if you're ignorant. So before you debate with anybody that believes that the earth is flat, I want to tell you something that will save you time. Ask the person whether they have a degree, university degree. I can assure you 90-95% of them don't have university degrees. They dropped out of school. The remaining did not study science in school. Take it to the bank. Anytime somebody says the earth is flat, ask them, what did you study in university? Listen for them to tell you that they did not go to school, or they studied something that is not science. You understand? So most of them, 90 to 100% of them are speaking not from their field. Because if you did science in school, you'll be taught how to verify the shape of the earth by yourself. Nobody needs to convince you of anything. For this man to think that the earth is flat like a plate, and then there's ice wall, and the ice wall is keeping the water. Let me try and debunk some of the things he said. Let me even remember. So he said that if the earth is really rotating the way scientists say that it's rotating, why is it that if you fly a helicopter up and your helicopter is in the air, the earth will rotate and America will come where you are, and then the helicopter will land? That's why I told you this man does not know anything about science. In physics, there's something called relative velocity. When a body is moving, any other thing that moved with that body will be moving with it, even if it's not directly touching it. Example, in a car, if you are driving a car at 80 or 100 kilometers per hour, if you get your key, let's say this is your key, and you throw your key up, it will still land on your hand, even though the car is zooming fast. Zoom. You understand? You that is inside, you can play with your key. Normally, if what the pastor described is true, if you toss up your key inside your car, it should hit your chest. You get what I'm saying? If your car is moving like this and you throw up your key, it should hit your chest. But no, inside your car, if you throw your key up, it will come down exactly where your hand is. Why? Number one, there's no wind resistance if you wind the glass, right? If you wind the glass, so inside your car, there is no wind, it will always land no matter how fast the car is moving, because it's not just the car that is moving at that 100 kilometers per second. That key is also moving at that same speed, because it's functionally part of the car. You that is inside the car, you're moving at that same speed. Do you understand? So the earth is a ball leaning on one side and is rotating, and the rotation is not perfect, it's wobbling. Why? Because it once collided with the moon. The moon used to be a planet, smaller planet. It hit the earth and bounced off. So we're still suffering from that what do you call it, impact of that rotation or collision. So as the earth is going, the sun is moving like this and pulling the earth is rotating like this. We're not rotating around the sun as they draw in papers. The sun is moving and we're chasing it in a vortex, because its gravity is pulling the earth towards it. You understand? So now we are basically speeding through space. It's not just the earth that is moving at that speed. We humans are also moving at that speed because we are within the earth's gravitational sphere. So as the sun is moving at that speed, the earth is within sun's gravitational pull, so it's pulling the earth, and then we are on the earth, it's pulling us. So we are moving, it's called relative velocity. You understand? This is what Einstein was explaining in his theory of relativity, that everything is relative. Nothing is really fast or slow or moving or not moving. Things are just the way they are from your observation. See, if I'm in a car and the car is zooming at 100 kilometers per second, my perspective of the guy, me inside the car, I will not feel that the car is moving. It's just like when you enter an airplane. if they shut all the windows, right, and you close your eyes, you will not know that the airplane is fast. You will not know that it's moving. Right? You only know what that is moving when you open your window and see other things, and you can know that relative to where you are, that you must be moving. You can't feel it from inside the airplane because you are moving inside the airplane. So if a car is zooming past on the road like this, and you are standing by the road, you will know that the car is moving at 100 kilometers per second. It will be like zoom. But for the guy inside the car, he does not feel that movement. Now here's the thing. We are observing things move. They are covering space, right? Space and time are the same thing. If things move fast, time will slow down. Time, the one you count 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. If you move fast enough, time will slow down. It will take longer time for seconds to move from 8 to 9. Because time and space are tied. They are together in a superstructure called space-time continuum. Do you understand? So the reason the helicopter, if it rises into the air will not rotate and leave it, is because the helicopter is within Earth's gravitational pull. So as it's rising, it's still moving with the Earth. That's why the helicopter is able to land at where it wants to land. You understand? So if you are moving around within Earth, it's like you moving around within your car. You move from front seat to back seat. You know, you pick something from the rear, you come back to the front seat, the passenger side front seat, and even though you are moving at a certain, you are covering some space. That space is within the fast-moving car. Just like in an airplane, the airplane is zooming at a very fast speed in the skies, very, very fast. But you inside the airplane, you don't feel it. You can get up, go to the rear, go to the lavatory, you know, and do your business. You come out, you sit down on your seat. So it's moving, but you're able to move around within it. That's the way the helicopter is able to move around within Earth without the Earth leaving it. Now, people that don't understand basic physics don't understand this. They keep asking questions and assuming what the answer is. You understand? Now, one more thing I want to cover is, why is it that when a plane is flying around the Earth, the nose of the plane does not bend like this? So if the Earth is round and the plane is flying around a round object, the plane should be dipping its nose, right? Yeah, that's one thing that all these flat earthers normally ask. The answer is that the airplane is too small compared to the size of the Earth. So here's a rough calculation. If human beings were reduced to the size of ants and Earth is reduced to match it, how big would the Earth be? If human beings were the size of ants, Earth would be the size of almost 980,000 football fields, according to some calculations. You understand? Football field, 980,000. So if an ant is in the middle of one football field, can it see the curvature of 980,000? Not 10, not 20 football fields, not 50, not 100, not 1,000, not 100,000 football fields, but 980,000 to go around. So the ant is too small to see the curvature. It will take the average ant 1 to 2 hours to traverse a football field. Like if an ant is walking straight across a football field, like 1 to 2 hours, it will cross, right? According to some calculations. Now, for you to go around the Earth, you see how big the Earth is. The ant cannot see that curvature. We are too small to see it. But if we navigate, if we use like a ship and navigate around the Earth, you will see that it's round. If you stand on a very extremely flat surface like the sea, you will see that at some point it will vanish. You understand? You can see it where the things are very flat, like the sea. If you stand on one portion of the sea, if a ship is coming from a very far distance, you see that the first thing you see is the sail of the ship. After some time, the ship will pull up from the distance because it's coming round. But these are like lots of kilometers far. So final thing you would use to know that all these flat earthers are bullshitting is that no flat earther has ever invented anything since the world began. Think about it. Nobody who said, yes, I'm a flat earther, this is what I invented. No. All the inventions we're using are by people that believe that the Earth is a globe. You understand? All the inventions, we're talking about GPS, Global Positioning System, the way it works, the one you use, Google Maps, right? The one you use to drive your car on your phone, globe. That G there is global. You understand? What of the Starlink that Elon Musk just invented? Starlink puts satellites in the sky. Already satellites are rotating around the earth, and your dish will be positioning, will be shifting to track the position of the satellites. Now here's a simple experiment to know that the earth is rotating. Get a camera stand, mount your camera or your phone, right? And set your phone to time lapse, especially if you're using like iPhone 13, 14, 15. On your camera, there's one called time lapse. You set it to time lapse, 24 hours. Position it in the sky, especially in the evening, once it's around 8, 9, when the night is dark, right? Position in the sky, go and sleep, wake up in the morning, come and see what it recorded. You will see that the sky is actually moving. So why is the sky moving? Because the earth is rotating. It's just like, remember you in an airplane. If you're inside the airplane, you don't know, but if you look at the window, you will see that outside is moving. So from that you can judge that you are the one moving. That's the way you look at the sky, and the sky is moving if you have a time-lapse camera. So but people don't know these things, and they didn't do any experiments, they didn't do any practicals, they didn't go through science class. You understand? They just carry microphones, stand up and just be yabbing rubbish. And I know there are scientists inside that auditorium that will not get up and leave or challenge him. Everybody's hailing the man, just the yarn rubbish. Now the Atlantic Treaty, right? It's about when they discovered the place. So they didn't want people to go and start fighting wars there. You know how these people fight. Before you know it, Russia will claim, China will claim, this one will claim. So they signed a treaty preventing them from claiming ownership of it. And you know those places, right? That place has not always been ice. You know, before the ice age, that place was normal ground like this. So the earth rotates seasons every few thousand years. So now that place is ice. So scientists are going there to drill that ice to the bottom to see if they can extract living things from under, like bacteria and microbes, to see how the earth was, how living things were 30,000 years ago, 40,000 years ago, because they were trapped in the ice. So for instance, they were able to extract a bacteria that was frozen for 35,000 years. And after they unfroze it, 2 of the bacteria woke up. So now they know that bacteria can freeze for that long. So now they are seeing ice in Mars. In the poles of Mars, there is ice there. So from the ice they are seeing on Earth, they now know that they can go and drill that of Mars, and they might find living things under the ice, trapped there. These things don't need oxygen to survive. They just froze themselves. When they saw there was ice, they froze. And they are waiting for another cycle of the earth in thousands of years for that place to cool. You understand? So science is very beautiful if you understand it. All those ones that don't understand it, if you see flat earthers, they are the most arrogant. They don't want to listen. They will talk in the loud voice. Before you know it, they have said 30 things at the same time. That is what ignorance does, unfortunately. So if you're a flat earther, please ask questions in the comments. I'll try and respond by answering more and more of your questions to clear the doubts. And I'll always give references you can go and research and understand better on what is happening. Remember what I said, no flat earther ever invented any single thing. All they do is claims, 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 claims. No invention, zero inventions. Sorry guys, I have to include this here for good measure. He said there is no picture of Earth from the skies. That's a lie. If you Google pale blue dot, so you will see the picture, and if you Google the pale blue dot remastered, you will see it. So this is a picture taken by one of the Voyage missions, turned around and took a picture of Earth. See how tiny Earth is, to tell you how far away it is from. So NASA has it. But also, so if you go to visibleearth.nasa, visibleearth.nasa, you see that they have hundreds of thousands of images they have taken of Earth, like this one, like this one. You see, they have many, and so on. So, but here is the thing, right? This is not to say that I believe that the moon landing was real. Two different things. I've not seen, some of the images they presented are not convincing about the landing on the moon. That does not mean the moon does not exist, or that the moon is not spherical, we can see that one with our eyes. Okay, so this is the website, visibleearth.gov.nasa.gov. If you go there, you will see hundreds of thousands of images. You can just enjoy yourself. So the man does not know what he's saying. That's a fact.